The scientific research shows that there is one big cause of poor walking that affects more over 50s than anything else. And in today's video, I'm going to reveal what that thing is and how you can fix it at home. If you don't know who I am, my name is Harlow and I'm the Over-Fifties specialist physio here at HT Physio in Farnham. And today I'm going to be revealing the one biggest cause of poor walking for people over 50 and how to fix it. Now, poor walking is super common. I treat people for this problem all the time. And this issue is something that's flagged up in many studies as being a commonality between many of the people who struggle to walk over the age of 50. Thankfully, we've got some great exercises to show you today for how to fix it. But before I show you them, I just wanted to let you know that the exercises in this video are not suitable for everyone. Make sure you get checked out by your doctor before you give them a try. And if they cause you any pain, just avoid them. Anyway, let's have a look at the cause now and how to fix it. The number one scientifically proven cause of poor walking in people over 65 is weakness in the calves. Now, researchers have shown that older people have 35% less strength in their calves on average than younger controls. And what this means is that they have a decrease of 26% in the power of their propulsion, which is how they push off when they walk. So they lose a quarter of their power when they're walking. And what this leads to is a loss of speed. And if you've got weak calves, you walk slower. But slow walking is not just annoying because you can't get somewhere on time, it's also dangerous. Slow walking has been shown to be correlated with a higher risk of falls, and people who walk slowly have much worse health outcomes over the long term than age-matched controls who can walk a bit quicker. The other walking problem that weak calves causes is the fact that it's going to take you much more energy to do what you want to do if your calves are weak. Now, research has shown that people who have weak calves have to expend up to twice as much energy to get to the same walking goal as someone with stronger calves. And the reason for this is that your calves are nice, strong muscles that help you to push off. So if we lose strength in the calves, we lose that propulsion. And once we've lost the propulsion, something else has to compensate to replace that loss. And what tends to happen is that we lose the calves, so the things that have to replace it come from the hips. So you have muscles in the hips that are now starting to do jobs they weren't designed to do, just to replace that propulsive power. It means your walking is less efficient, and this is probably why you feel really tired when you walk and you never used to. It's because you've lost strength in your calves and now you're having to use all these different muscles to compensate for what you've lost. Now, the good news about all of this is that a loss of calf strength is treatable, and I help people with it all the time in the practice, and I'm going to show you how to fix it today. So I've got a few different exercises to show you now that will help you build strength in your calves. All we need for this is your bottom step. If you don't have access to steps, you can do this on the floor. I'm going to show you a few variations now and we'll have a go at home. So I'm going to take you through 5 different exercises now to help you strengthen the calves. They're all variations on a theme. And the first one, we're going to start off with no equipment, just a wall to hold on to. So what we're going to do is turn and face the wall with 2 hands on and your feet about shoulder width apart. We're going to keep a nice straight spine. And as we do so, we're going to push up onto our tippy toes, lifting the heels as high as we can and contracting the calves at the top, and then coming back down to the floor. And then we're just going to repeat. So we're going to go up nice and quickly, down nice and controlled, and then straight back up again. So we're not pausing at the bottom. We have a little pause at the top, but nothing at the bottom. We're just keeping that movement going as much as we can. So this is the most basic variation of the calf raise. Just about everyone at home can start with this because this is a great place to begin. But if that becomes quite easy for you, we're going to move on to the next one, which is the 2 up, 1 down heel raise. And this looks something like this. So we're going to keep a nice straight spine. You're going to go up using both feet. Then we're going to take all of our weight over onto one leg, keeping that calf contracted. And then we're going to slowly lower back down, and then 2 feet back on, go up on 2, take it away, down on 1. up on 2, take it away, down on 1. And what I want to mention here is that we're going to keep doing these exercises, whichever one you choose, until the calf starts to feel tired. So the goal of any of these is to work this muscle here to the point of fatigue. So if you finish your set and it feels quite tired, it's aching, you shake it off and it starts to feel a bit better, well done, that's a win, that's a brilliant set, and you're going to try and repeat a few of those every time you do this. So the 2 up, 1 down is your next progression. After that, we're going to use a step to make this a little bit harder. So I'm going to show you how to do this next step using a little box step that I've got, but you can use your bottom stair if you've got a staircase at home. Make sure you've got something to hold on to. So we're going to go to the 2 up, 1 down on a step. So to make this work, you're going to put just your forefoot on the step, both sides, and you want your heel dropping back down. And the reason this is now a bit harder for me is because I've increased the range of motion that my ankle has to travel through. So when I was on the floor, I couldn't feel a stretch in my calves at the start position. Now I definitely can. So we're working that muscle through a bigger range of motion and more fibers are getting involved. So I'll show you how this works. We're going to start again with feet about hip width apart this time because I've got a narrow step. We're going to go up on 2, take 1 away, and then drop it down. And you'll see that now where I was on the floor, I would have to stop here, but on the step, I can go all the way down to there. So my calf is getting a better workout. So it's up on 2, take that 1 away, very slowly down on 1. Now, obviously, when I've been doing this set, I've just been working really my left calf. So once you've done a set on your left, you want to swap over and do your right. It's very important that we do both sides, obviously, to keep everything well balanced. Because even if you have a problem just on one side, what I find is people who just work the one side, they do a really good job of getting it stronger, and then it gets so good that it's actually better than the one that used to be their strong one. So I always recommend doing exercises on both sides if you can, because that's how you end up with a stronger, well-balanced body. So that's the 2 up, 1 down on the step. That's another level of difficulty, but if that's quite easy for you and you can do more than 20, 25, 30 repetitions, we probably need something a little bit harder. So now we're going to be doing the single leg calf raise. So we're going to take away the 2 feet entirely and just use 1. So I'm going to show you on the right hand side. We're going to go on the step again, hang that heel down just on the 1 leg this time, and now we're going to go up on the 1 and slowly down on the 1 as well, like this. And then we're going to go up on the 1 and slowly down. Now look how low my heel can go here. I'm trying to drop it down as far as I can, so then I have to do a big contraction to get it back up again. So we want a big range of motion, as large as possible, because the bigger your range of motion, the more results you're going to get and the stronger your calf will get as a result. So you want to do as many of these as you can before that working ache starts to happen in the calf. Get a few sets of that is going to be a really good thing to do most days. Now, if that was too easy for you, there's one more way you can make this harder, and that is by adding some resistance. So I've got a small dumbbell here. They're really easy to get hold of online. I'd recommend most people get a couple of different weights of dumbbells at home for these exercises. But if you don't have a dumbbell, you can always fill up a rucksack with books or just hold something with a bit of weight. You don't need a huge weight, because we're already stressing the muscle quite a bit by just using our body weight. So just a 5 kilos, maybe going up a bit more if you're quite strong, would be sufficient. If you're just getting started, 1 to 2 kilos or 2 to 3 pounds would be fine. So this is how it looks. You're going to go back onto the step, just on the 1 leg, and we're going to hold the dumbbell. It actually doesn't matter which hand you hold it in, because really it's just adding to your body weight. Make sure your hips are still level, don't drop down like this. Keep them level, and then we're going to go up like this, squeeze at the top, and then slowly back down. Now it looks like the dumbbell's not doing anything, but remember the dumbbell is adding to my body weight now. So I'm having to lift both my body weight and the weight of the dumbbell at the same time. Now, obviously balance becomes very important when we're in this kind of vulnerable position, so make sure you're holding on to something. For most people, a wall is not quite sufficient. who are doing this. So if you've got a banister or something, that would be perfect. And once you've done a set on one side, we're going to swap over. I'll show you how that looks on the left. We're going to start with the heel drop down just on that leg, nice straight spine, and then up nice and tall, squeeze, and then slowly back down. Now this is the sort of exercise I might do in the gym to build my calves up. So I'd say this is quite advanced for many of the people I treat. So not everyone will be able to do this, but this is a great thing to work towards doing if you currently can't. So again, work that muscle to fatigue, make it tired. Tired is good, that's what we want. A few sets over, a bit of a rest in between sets, and you're going to be absolutely fine going forward, and that should improve your walking as a result. So that's the one major cause of poor walking in people over the age of 50. I hope that video has been useful. If it has, do drop a comment below because I love to read your thoughts in the comments section. And if you want to get more from me, you can pick up a copy of my book. It's called Thriving Beyond 50 and it's got loads more tips and advice inside on how to improve your walking. You can grab that using the link below. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time and I'll speak to you on the next video.